Hey guys, what is going on? Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out in this home arcade community live stream. We got some people in the chat. If you are new to this channel, I go live every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern time right here on ConsoleKits. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get it up to 300, guys. Welcome me back to the community. I took a break, but now I'm back, and you can't stop me. You can't stop me from being happy. Nobody can take away my joy but me. I'm in control of my joy, not you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. That person, that keyboard warrior. Anyway, tonight we're going to have a lot of fun, but we're going to be talking about a subject. Arcade1up, are they making all the same mistakes again? Are they still making mistakes? I got a slideshow presentation that's going to take you through the logic. Now, I have to decide. Which character am I going to be tonight? You can always be you, but can you be somebody else as well? Comment in the live stream if you'd like me to take on a different emotion. I want to feel the emotions in the chat. Give me one emotion. Do I need to be sad, depressed, angry, terrified, upset? Which position which character should I pull from the root of my stomach up to give you this? Now, at the end of the show, I'm going to give you my actual thoughts. But I can play a character that's what makes it fun. You want me to be a character? You want me to do that? I'll do that for you. But before we get into that, let's say hello in the chat. We got JJ. He is saying, "Hey, Justin, welcome back." And he says, as long as John D and their existing marketing team is in place, they will continue to make mistakes. Oh, Little Tater says, "Justin, so good to see you back in the scene, man. I rarely comment, but longtime fan. Dude, that means so much to me. That comment right there touched my heart." And that's me. That's not being a character. That's me. I appreciate you. The bad guy, Mike Worley, says, "Glad you're back. One of the OGs in the home arcade." That's right. I'm one of the OGs, whether you like it or not. I guess. Evening, Jason. What's going on, Andy? Who's pumped tonight? Just played a crappy game of Galaga in our Arcade1up home score club on Facebook. Hadn't played Galaga for months. Get it, man. Get it, Andy. You got this. What's up, The Real Zim? What's up, Andy? Donovan says, "Happy Sunday." Justin in chat, I hope all is well. Looking forward to tonight's stream. I hope you enjoyed. Vim Doom, greetings from Parker, Colorado. I used to live there. I used to live in Parker, Colorado. I love Parker. That's the favorite. My wife and I have always talked about moving back. It's so nice. Sir Sega is here. Who will be featured? Robbie J, the Pinball Channel. Let's talk about that. Okay. Pinball is something that not everyone likes. So maybe once a month I'll do a pinball podcast. Once a month. Not here Sunday. Because if you like the home arcade without the pinball, I get it. So maybe I'll get a couple people together. There's a couple pinball fans that I know. Michael B. the Game Genie, Slipstream Pinball. Maybe I'll call him up and be like, want a guest podcast once a month. And if you're interested in that, then you join that stream. Maybe B-Kong wants to join. Is this a cover band channel now? There we go. Look how happy I am. That's right. No one can take me down. The new Mission Impossible is bad ASS. I took the kids to see Haunted Mansion today, and it's awesome. I did not know Haunted Mansion was going to be that great. Just came back from Disneyland. I went to Disneyland with Zohar. Hit 1 in the chat if you did not know that. If you did not know that Zohar and I went to Disneyland together. Dude has never been this happy. It's crazy. Crazy how happy Zohar is. It's contagious, man. Smile, live life, and enjoy. Be happy like Cyrus. That's right. Closing time, please. Okay. Anyone want to piss off Justin tonight so we can go off like B did the other night? Come on, someone super chat the F-bomb. I dare you. You can't do this. Okay. We're getting into the emotions. Sarcastic Justin. Loony Justin. Do angry pretty well. I do angry. I can't do angry. Back like Terminator. What's up, Biggie D? Let's see. Okay, Justin is bad in his regular live stream. Okay. Let's find that guy that got beast. Yeah, there we go. Mission Impossible is good. Justin, what a book. Oh, I see what you did there. I asked him earlier. You're going to have to rewind, Console Fanboy, because I was talking about you a second ago about how nerdy you are. Finally got Qbert after finally admitting that Arcade1up won't release Qbert. Wow. He got his Qbert because he knows Arcade1up won't release it. Oh, passionate Justin. That's what we want, Rob. Okay. Good morning from Europe. Good morning, David. Arcade1up needs to make all caps in Excel format. That will be happy days. I think that's coming. I think that is coming. All right. We want some passionate Justin. All right. There we go. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming to hang out. This is ConsoleKits Podcast. Let's get right into it. So today, what I'd like to do, keep the chat going, guys. I really appreciate it. We're gonna step into this for a second, and then I'm gonna take a break, see what you guys think about it. I'm gonna try to mix things up. I know you guys like it when I interact with the chat little more often. I'm gonna turn down this music a little bit. Maybe the music was a little loud. Okay, the emotions. Here we go. Can you believe that Arcade1up did it again? They're making mistakes left and right. And you are a fool for buying their cabinet still. Okay, this is regular Justin. He's just going crazy for a second. It's fine. Just bear with him. Listen. Are you going to buy yet another Street Fighter cabinet? A deluxe version that's no better than the Yoga Flame that just came out. And they keep making mistakes every single time. Hey, he's not really that mean. He's just playing a character, all right? At least I'm telling you the truth that it's a character. Okay, back on. Look, I'm going to take you through all the simple things that you need to understand that will make you not buy the latest Arcade1up Street Fighter HS5 cabinet. Don't do it, because they're trying to rob you blind. Do you understand me? They're going to rob you blind. But I'm here. I'm here to help you understand exactly what you need to know. Okay, look, the only way to play Street Fighter is with a mister. Hit one in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. The mister is the only way to properly recreate the arcade experience without using original hardware. But does Arcade1up use a mister? No. They're like, you can't afford a mister. Are you gonna let Arcade1up talk to you like that? You can't afford a mister? Yeah, Mr. FPGA connection to your arcade. That's how it should be done. Anything less is no good. I'm going to take you through these slides, and you're going to listen closely because my anger has never been this high. Keep in mind, this is just a character. Justin doesn't really feel this way. You know, it's just a character, okay? So if your kids are listening, be like, this is just a comedy, right? Okay, back in. Look. I love you guys. I love every single one of you in the chat. And I don't want to see you have any harm. Are you going to buy yet another Arcade1up cabinet for $100 more than you bought the last one just because it has a pouch that sticks out, looks like an HS5? You don't even know what an HS5 is. You had to Google it when it came out. Not me. I know what an HS5 is because I own 3 of them. What is wrong with you? You should be ashamed of yourself. The Arcade1up cabinets are a joke. Let's take a look at it. When you look at this particular device, look how yellow that is. Are you going to deal with a yellow cabinet? I think not. That's yellow. And it should be white. Do you know what I'm talking about? This is horrible. This is the worst Arcade1up cabinet ever to be released. You know why? Because it's yellow. Just like my teeth. Sometimes when I drink coffee. Okay, now, hold on. I can't do this anymore, guys. I'm sorry. I have to switch characters. In this next slide, I'm passionate Justin. I'm just me, okay? I'm just me. You ready? It's just me, okay? Dude, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? They finally did reverse printed Marquee. Hit one in the chat if you knew about the reverse printed Marquee. It's insane. Like, Joe Sabo is going to go out of business. Well, he'll still be in business because people buy full-size arcades and want those. No one's going to buy the Joe Sabo, like, Marquee or the Retro 530 Marquee for this Street Fighter because it's already reverse printed. Like, you should buy this now. Go out. When it becomes pre-order available, you should purchase this, even if you're broke. Go into debt over it. Okay, that was a little too far. That was kind of a character. I kind of got into the passion of it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I really apologize. But check out this video. No, seriously. This is Bekong showing off at EVO this reverse printed Marquee. It's actually really cool. Check it out. So, he's showing off how quality is. There it is, reverse printed. It's the first time they've done it. It's pretty cool. So is it a reason, just being honest, Justin, here, is it a reason to upgrade? Probably not. You know, like, we'll kind of get into that as we go. But I want to know what you guys think. In the live chat, what do we want to see from Arcade1up? Is the reverse printed, does the quality of the Marquee even matter? Like, if you have a Marquee, tell me in the chat with a number between 1 and 10 how important the Marquee is to you. Like, let's, you know, is it a 10? Does it have to be perfect? Does, basically going forward, would it be a mistake if Arcade1up came out with another cabinet that didn't do reverse printing? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, will they be making a mistake next year if they don't do this? Is this what we're gonna come into where it's super important? So we got some numbers coming in. Carlo, let's see, is saying that it's let's do that. Carlo is saying that it's a 2. Let's bring that chat up and then. Adam says this is 7. I don't see a 10 yet, but maybe we'll see some 10s. Skids is a 6. Rob says 7. All he wants is Qbert. 8+. Donovan's like, no, it's super important. Who cares about the Marquee? Just don't pee on the control panel, Zohar says. Ryan Jason, 6.5. Andy's 8 to me. I've replaced all of my arcade. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure Adam would, or Andy would not want to replace his Marquees. Like, if it just came stock like that, Top Rated Arcades with a number 8, all lives matter, but 7. 7 from Jason. Nooner is 6-ish. Mike, 8. The real Zim says 7. We got a lot of numbers coming in. Kevin is saying 10. Finn is saying 7. Look, it's I'm gonna have to just click on this and not talk. Yeah, it's Daddy Kits. That's right. You call me Daddy. I think we'd all say most of us are agreeing that it's important. It's above a 5. Oh, how big it is? I may have misspoken for sure. Okay, it's about to work 12 hours. All I want is GameStop. After 8 beers, I don't care about how the Marquee looks. Now, here's an interesting thought. I was actually thinking about it. And this is just kind of maybe it's reality. It's reality. It is what it is. But I believe us in the home arcade, we hold Arcade1up or everyone in the home arcade community up to a higher standard than we would expect even the original arcades to be at. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I go to my local arcade and they have vintage arcades with CRTs and the quality is pretty decent, but not all of them. I mean, there's like, we were playing, Fox and I, he flew out here or drove out here and we ended up playing Point Blank and it didn't even have red. The color red wasn't even on the CRT, but we had a lot of fun. But when it comes to Marquees, a lot of the marquees are not perfect quality. They're not great. But I'm not giving Arcade1up a pass. I'm agreeing with the community, and I feel like I'm very strong a part of the community, that we want the marquee to be a 10. We want that artwork to be even higher quality than what you would expect in an arcade. Like, they're using the LED backlit with a little bit of space in there, and back in the day, they were like fluorescent bulbs, but you can get that LED to look pretty darn good. And so if they do it right, people like Sabo, Retro 530, all these different modders out there, that's why people buy those add-ons and those mods, because they want that basically perfection. And I don't think it's actually too much to ask, because when you think about like electronics that you buy, your cell phone, you want it to be able to do a ton. And when your phone is 5 years old and it's slow, you kind of don't like it anymore. You want something of higher quality. So I think that Arcade1up makes mistakes when they don't reach the community's expectation. What they end up doing is leaning closer to just trying to make money, trying to sell it to people that are maybe a little bit more casual players, will play once and then kind of put Arcade1up in a drawer, in the sense of kind of like back in the day when you would buy these little handheld games from Walgreens and hook it up to your TV, and maybe you'd only play it once, and that's it. But a lot of us, we really make game rooms out of these. We play them, and we play them a lot. So there's a lot to it. There's collecting. There's looking at it. We want it to look good, and we also want it to play well. So all that's super important. Okay, guys, now we're going back into it, because things are going to get crazy. I'm about to show you some craziness. If you're just joining us, every now and then I'm jumping into this character because it's fun. And someone told me that I should make my podcast fun and be as creative as possible, like I used to be. I guess I stopped being super creative, so now it's time to be creative. So this is me being creative. My creativity is based on the fact that you're going to continue to listen to you, even though I may be screaming into your ear, because that's how passionate I am. That's how important it is for me to give you the facts. Let's get into it. Okay, so in this next slide, we'll be taking a look at some other features of the new Street Fighter, what to expect, what type of issues. This is another issue. Can you believe that Arcade1up has another mistake right here in their brand new machine that just came out? It has a mistake. Here it is, the speakers. Now you're probably looking at that and you're like, oh, those grills look so good. It looks so good. No, it does not. It looks good, but guess what? It doesn't sound good. Did you know that? Do you know that they care more about the Pac-Man Deluxe and that sounding beautiful than they don't care about your ears when it comes to Street Fighter? Do you understand? You would think that Arcade1up would actually care about Street Fighter and your ears for that beautiful stereo sound. But no, it has been reported that the speakers in this sound exactly the same as the Yoga Flame. Not as good as Pac-Man. We expect perfection. And Arcade1up, you better listen, because we don't buy it unless it's perfection. Hit 1 in the chat if you agree with that. No good speaker sound, no buy. Sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of buying 17 Street Fighters. And then this one, yeah, you made it look nice with your shiny little speakers. No, doesn't sound good. Shame on you. Shame on you for using exactly the same PCB that you did with the Yoga Flame. So that meant it has exactly the same amp. And you didn't pull the good amp from Pac-Man and put it in the Street Fighter. Is Arcade1up still making mistakes? Yes. Hit yes in the chat. Are they still making mistakes? John D, you in the chat right now? You listen up, fella. We're sick and tired of your imperfection. We want good visuals. That marquee better look good. We want good sound. You better have this fixed for next year when the XL comes out. Sick and tired of this. When the XL comes out, it better be perfection. Okay, guys. Angry Justin was just playing a part. You know, it's YouTube. We do that from time to time. There's entire channels that do it on every video. I'm just showing you how you can turn it on and off. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know. Okay. I know you know. I know you know that I know that you know that he knows that I know that you know. Okay. All right. Now, what I'm about to show you here is insane. The HS5 plastic piece in the front sticks out and makes the cabinet deeper. That's cool. You're going to have more place for your hands to rest. That's pretty awesome. But as we said before, it's yellow. Or as my niece used to say, Lello. Yeah. I don't like Lello things. A Lello... Okay, I don't know. Am I turning into Pee Wee Herman now? Which I've been binging a ton of Pee Wee Herman lately. I got to watch that movie because he recently passed. And I really liked Pee Wee Herman when I was a kid. Of course, he got into some drugs and doing that thing in the theater. Let's just forget about that. But Paul Herman made a lot of people happy. Paul Hermans with an S. Anyway, enough about Paul. It's yellow. Okay, let's take a look at this video. Bkong provided this video. Appreciate it. You can take a look at it, and you can see the discoloration. It's not perfect, but we need perfection. And these are probably manufactured differently, you know? And unfortunately, it just doesn't look as good as it could. We demand perfection. It's an eyesore. It really is. It sucks. Let's go into this next one here. Okay. So what are people saying about it? What are people saying about this new cabinet? So Sir Sega, he says, I like the cabinet. I don't need another Street Fighter 2, but I hope we get more Capcom games in an HS5 design. So he's really appreciating that HS5 design. He's already got... His comment is like, I'm looking for new titles. I'm trying to categorize these and summarize them in a short way, but I really appreciate your comment, Sir Sega. It called to me the specifics, the details. I thought it was worth bringing up. And I also want to mention, I'm going to try to do this in the podcast that I do every single week, so maybe that'll encourage you to comment on my channel. If you give, a comment like Sir Sega, where he gives his opinion, I like the cabinet, then he explains why. Don't need another Street Fighter 2, but there's the contrast, and that's a good formed sentence, but I hope we get more Capcom games in HS5 design. Then he gives some examples, like Ghouls and Ghosts and Ghosts and Goblins. That's a good comment. And so this is a comment that was on one of my videos, and I thought I'd share it. Big Reese, he says, if I didn't already have Big Blue, I'd be all over this. Another one is, basically I already have that Street Fighter cabinet. Nerdloft Gaming says, it's lovely, no doubt. But man, couldn't we have gotten this from the very beginning? I was thinking about that. Did Arcade1up make a mistake super early? Maybe the riser was a mistake looking back. I mean, I think no risers are kind of the future. I think these deluxe cabinets are the future. If there was one question that I could ask John D and to get the answer, it would probably be, will there be any matching risers in the next 2 years? I think the answer might be no. I think what they're going to do is sell what we call the peasant. I say that jokingly. The peasant version, and it won't come with a riser, but you can buy a generic riser. But will they sell newer cabinets with a custom matching riser? I think we're going to get deluxe. And I think for those that have been in the community for a long time that own a lot of matching risers, if you want to get more titles, you're going to have to deal with the imperfection or the illusion. It's just something in our head. Get over the fact that if you buy some deluxes, your room's going to mismatch. So I love to hear your thoughts on this in the chat. Let's start with some numbers again. If you'd like to share some sentences as well, that'd be great. How many cabinets do you own that have a matching riser? Can you think of that number? Are most of your cabinets, if you can't think of the exact number, would you say 100% of your cabinets are matching riser cabinets? 3/4 scale matching riser cabinets, or 70% of them? What's the percentage like? Let's see. We got a super chat here from Console Fanboy. It says, Justin, do you honestly believe they'll fix the yellow? I don't think they will. It will cost them an extra 25 cents per cabinet. My thoughts on it, I don't think they have enough time. I think something like a part color mismatch, I'm guessing it would take time to get that aligned. I'm assuming, and I don't know much too detail about it, but I think maybe logically it makes sense that the company that's providing the art for the actual control panel and then the plastic piece that's in the front might be two different companies, because they source material from different places. That's just kind of how China and Hong Kong, or even a company here in the US, and most companies don't build everything themselves. They're sourcing parts from different places, and for them to get that exactly the same would be really hard. The way to do it right is somehow figure out a way where the control panel is one piece, or the artwork is applied at that piece. But that could I don't know, that could have a lot of logistical problems, like packaging. They needed that separate to be able to fit it in there. I don't know. I bet they've been working on this for a while, and I bet they planned on this being the design going forward on cabinets that have the HS5 design. That's a tough situation. Hopefully, maybe it was caught early. Maybe the people in Hong Kong or whatever, they're like, oh, whoa, this is messed up. And then they did fix it months ago, but we're getting the prototype at Evo that didn't have the fix yet. Maybe. I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. Let's see. We got some percentages in here. Harry is saying that he's got 100% match of cabinets that have the matching riser. 80% with M, and Toxin's 100%. Donovan says he has 8 matching risers, so about 50%. Is it IROC or LROC MC? IROC probably. 70%. Mine all match, but 2 I've modified. Widow says 23 cabs out of 30, and they're matching risers. JJ's 2 out of 10. The others are either generic Arcade1ups or custom ones with graphics. So Ryan's a little bit more in the 30% matching. Sabo will have a sticker to fix the yellow. That's interesting. I was thinking that'd be pretty sweet if you just get one of the third parties, and it might actually look even better, right? Because maybe it's a little small vinyl, and you get that to just wrap over the whole thing. I'm really curious how he would pull that off. Is it gonna overlay over all the buttons as well? That'd be kind of cool, like a little piece of vinyl that's maybe, I don't know, a foot long or so, or maybe 14 inches. I'm not sure how long it would have to be. Imagine you take the joysticks off. Let's take a look. If you can kind of imagine with me. Imagine there no heaven. It's easy if you try. No, that's not what I'm saying. Where am I at? There it is. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see. Yeah, imagine the vinyl piece just went over the entire control board and wraps over it. And then, I don't know, would it be pre-cut for the corners? And then you would have a nice black vinyl there. And then one solid piece. How much would he sell that for? Could he end up doing it for like $30? I mean, that could make it like super high quality. Would be cool if you could figure out a way to make it where that vinyl piece, someone like Sabo, could make it where the vinyl part starts at the Capcom logo. Because those HS5s kind of have a little lip. So maybe they could recreate the lip from where the monitor starts into the control panel and over. And if Arcade1up was going to do it, maybe that's how they could do it, where they're like, you have to apply, maybe? You have to apply the graphic when you receive it, it's a part of the instructions to put the vinyl on. Maybe they could do that. Yeah, it's possible. Possible. If you come up with a really good instructions and make it simple and easy, and then when you do it, it looks great, I guess it's possible. I don't know. Maybe it'd be expensive. We'll see. All right, so actually, we can move on to the next part here. Let's see. Okay, so the next part is... it's going to take me a second to get over here. Okay, so that's what people said about that. Let's go to the next one. We got some people over on Facebook. This is kind of like a different position. Reason why they feel like they're making a mistake. Half a dozen said, missed opportunity to release the Alpha Serum maybe next year. He's basically saying he's disappointed in the games list. He's disappointed that the cabinet didn't come with any new games. He was hoping for the next Street Fighter to include Alpha. Ontario says this should have been an XL. So he's looking forward to the imminent, for sure, is going to come out one day, the HS5 XL version. Armando, he has a different opinion. He says, trash. I thought this would include the Street Fighter Alpha series, so it's different from Ontario. And Chris Reed, let's see, I'm kind of covering it. He says, just give us Alpha or Third Strike. Yeah. So there's kind of like this common thing of, is Arcade1up making mistakes? Well, maybe. Maybe they're making mistakes with what they chose this new Street Fighter to be. A lot of people say they love the design. It looks great. It's got some issues that I think I wish would be fixed. I'll give you an example, run through it. Okay, the Marquee is cool. I hope they fix the sound or could fix the sound. I mean, it would be nice to have the nicer amp. I don't know. It's possible that the sound is actually good, but Bekong there in that audit, in that open space, this is like Evo is like an open Costco, if you will. Just like maybe it just didn't sound very good there. I don't know. Maybe he was there with no one around and he could tell it was like not as good. Okay. So you got the speakers. They did a BOE, so that's good. There's yellow on the bottom. The other thing I think is cool, they put the screw caps in there. But what about this? That seam. I really wish there was a way, and maybe all of us could do it if we just take the time. If you get a deluxe, I think it might be possible. You spend a little bit of extra time and try to get that seam to be invisible. But I wish they could make it easier. I wish it was like an adjustment you can make inside there and just make that seam kind of disappear. Or is there a way to make it where you could cover the seam and it would look good? I don't know the answer, but I know the problem. And some might say that that's better than the riser, because the riser is just like a big seam right there where it's like, the risers weren't in the original arcade, and we just deal with it. Another way to do it is apply the artwork afterwards, but I don't think it's... I don't know. I'm just trying to complain for the sake of complaining. Those are the problems that I wish Arcade1up could fix. And then you got the other people don't like that title. They wish it was a different title. And then other people, like myself, I totally agree with this, wish it was an XL. We miss Angry Justin. We missed Angry Justin? Okay. Listen to me, Mrs. Kong. I can't even believe you. No, I'm not going to actually be mean to you. Okay, I was going to be for a second. That's a mistake. That would be a mistake. Okay. Appreciate you, Mrs. Kong, and let me stay at your place, all of that. That was great. Coming out to LA, we're going to Disneyland together. That was a lot of fun. Kong, the whole family. I'm in love with your kids, too. They were so much fun. It was so much fun to hang out at Disneyland, and we did a lot of fun stuff, and it was just, we were all little kids, if you know what I mean. enjoying all the rights. Except for Zohar, he was a wuss. Okay, anyway. Angry Justin. I'm sick and tired of this. Miss Evil Justin. I can't play the role anymore. I'm too happy. Okay, let's take a look at the next slide. There's a little bit more. I tried to pack a lot of content into this one. We'll see. Okay, so I can't play the role. I can't get mad at dimensions. Are you seriously going to buy another cabinet where it's a fraction taller? Look at the Yoga Flame. It's 60.7 inches tall. But then the HS5 is 61 inches. 61 inches. They could only go up 30.30 inches? What is wrong with you, Arcade1up? Oh, and they are lying to you on the dimensions. Look at the top. Assembly dimensions. Notice very closely. 20.5 inches D. Note D. 19.75 inches W. 60.7 H. Then look down below. Where's the D? Where's the W? Where's the H? You're lying to us, Arcade1up. You missed the D and the W and the H. Do you want to know why? Because they want you to think that this cabinet is 24.3 inches wide. Because typically, depth, width, height, that's what you've been doing. But then when you take out the D, you take out the W, you take out the H, you make us think that this cabinet is 24.3 inches wide, which would be amazing, but it's not. Do you want to know why it's 24 inches? That's with the dumb lip. That's right, the HS5 little plastic yellow piece is making it stick out. 24 inches. That's the depth. That means 18.82 is the width. You go look at the Yoga Flame. This thing is going to be so narrow. It is the most narrow Arcade1up cabinet that has ever been made. Okay, guys. Realistic Justin is here. It's just less wide because of the riser. Don't be fooled by Angry Justin. He's trying to trick you. He's trying to get you passionate about not buying this, but the reality is, it just doesn't have a riser. And the extra width on the riser is the difference between 18.8 and 19.7. No! That Justin, he's such a shill. Don't listen to a word he says. This is the worst Arcade1up cabinet that has ever come out. Ever! It is the thinnest, crappiest, doesn't use a mister, doesn't use a CRT ever. It's the worst cabinet ever. I don't care that it looks like an HS5. I don't care. No. Don't buy it. Okay, so I actually did some research on this, and I was wondering if the cubic inches between the two cabinets would change the price of shipping. So I have this theory. That the reason why Arcade1up changed all of this is because they want to save some shipping costs. Now, it's quite possible that to a commercial person, the cubic inches between these box dimensions, notice very clearly that the box dimensions of the Yoga Flame, you see how it says it's 47, just under 48 inches, whereas the deluxe version, it's only 38 inches at its widest point. And so you would think that because the box is going to be smaller, it'd be cheaper to ship. Now, I think that might be true, but I double checked. If I were to ship it, which is I was like, if I'm going to ship it to Beverly Hills, from Des Moines, Iowa to Beverly Hills, how much would the box of the Yoga Flame and the HS5, how much would it cost to ship? It's the same price. Now, I rounded everything up. The difference between the two in pound is like one 68.5 and the other one 69 pounds. I just went to 70. And then when it comes to the box dimensions, UPS, their calculator doesn't allow you to do the fractions. So I just rounded everything up to the nearest inch. You know, that's fine. And it came to exactly the same price. But I do believe when we're dealing with commercial, I just have no evidence. I just think this is how it's working. I think the deluxe versions are actually cost reduction versions of the Arcade1up cabinets. I think the deluxe versions are cheaper to make. I think they're cheaper to make. I think one of the biggest costs that they have is sticking it on the pallet and getting it across the ocean. That's a significant price. And it's not going to change when it comes to the weight, but maybe you can pack them better so you don't have any dead weight. There's no area of that pallet that's like unused and that remainder and they got to pay for it still. Or what about the retailers? And they have to hold these in stock for a long time. Just the dimensions, easier to move them around for their employees. I think that saves money in the long run across the board. I think this was a picture I wanted to compare, like the original control panel. This is like a really good looking Street Fighter that I found on like eBay or whatever. I think this is like super clean, you know, like been refurbished and everything, which is the level that we would want if we're going to buy something new. You want something new to look new, right? Like newer than new. Yeah, and the Arcade1up is yellow. Yeah, I really hope that Sabo thing turns into be a real thing where he's going to sell additional artwork for those that really want that extra perfection, or hopefully Arcade1up just fixes it so we don't need to do that, but it's a thing. We got the same games list. On the left, you got 14 games included. On the right-hand side, Yoga Flame, it's the same thing. Now that we're getting into, it's been a year or so since the original Yoga Flame edition. It's now been marked down to $3.99, whereas the Street Fighter 2 Deluxe, which will come out in about September, they say, is $100 more. You know, originally it was $4.99. That's the Yoga Flame. Now it's been discounted. So I started thinking through it. Have they made any improvements? Nope. Okay, that's a joke, right? Obviously, if you did not own a Street Fighter, I want to hear this in the chat. 0 if you disagree with me, 1 if you do agree. If I did not buy, or if I did not own a Street Fighter, and both of these were $3.99, I would buy the HS5 one on the right. Hit 1 if you agree with me. Hit 0 if you're like, no, for the same price, and I don't own a Street Fighter, I'd rather have the one on the left. So let me know what you say on that. So number of improvements. The one on the left, we've said it has wings. Now, maybe this is an unfair example because these are two different artworks. So maybe someone's like, I disagree with you because I like the artwork on the left. But it's my opinion that I would rather prefer having a seamless design. I would rather have a molded coin door than a sticker. I would rather have a completely flush deck, which I'm really curious about that no deck protector. It's going to be really funny if the HS5 that has no deck protector, imagine if the artwork actually rubs off. Like they screwed up again since 2018. If you don't know about it, the original Arcade1up cabinets in 2018 were not sold with a deck protector. They did not come with one. They didn't know it'd be a problem. The artwork rubbed off in 2018. This was an issue, a customer support issue. So they sent out, and I received one, they sent out free deck protectors to all the customers that complained. And then the following year, they then started charging for them, and then some would get them for free, and some would actually have to pay for it. And then they started coming with the unit. The deck protectors started coming with the unit in 2019. But this is the first cabinet. The one on the right, the HS5 version, is the first cabinet since then that does not have a deck protector, or at least the prototype did not include one in the packaging at all. And usually it's just right there on the control panel, already there. So I think they made a choice where they're like, we improved the artwork so we don't have to pay for the deck protector. Again, it would be really ironic or funny or interesting as if the artwork actually rubs off and they have to ship a whole bunch of deck protectors to people all over again. And then we're sitting here making videos. They did it again. They screwed it up. They screwed it up again. I would find humor in that. I'd hate to spend $500 and that happened to me, but if it did happen, they would, I'm sure they would send out deck protectors, and then they would send printed artwork. That's what they did before. A little thin piece of paper that set between the original control deck and the replacement deck protector. Boy, those times were a hassle, because the deck protectors that they would ship out later were like not a perfect fit, and then you would have to complain and get another one. I think, yeah, it was a little tough. Yeah. Oh, that's right. And what about the COVID price? Are the plexis still super expensive? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so then let's jump real quick. Let's see what you guys have to say about the zeros and the ones. Let's see. Carl is agreeing with me. We got a few that are like, no. Let's see. Kind of rough estimating. Let's see how many people are like. There's a lot of ones in the chat. I gotta change the number, because I could filter real quick and say how many. It's like a quick vote. I could do a quick vote. I think there's a few people that disagree. What else has wings? Left was better artwork. I see what you mean. Yeah. Left artwork is 1,000 times better. Yeah, that was a bad example. That was me messing up on it. The sticker coin door makes me nauseous. Would consider the Shinku over the HS5. There we go. I see. I think that's the artwork, right? That's the only difference. Love seeing all the 12-in-1s with worn-off control panels. Yeah. Okay. Let's jump back into it. There's a little bit more material here, I believe. So, what's going to happen going forth? Where are we at? I'm gonna jump into a little bit of this is the next our understanding of the price points, and then we'll get into a little bit of prediction of what could happen next year. So right now, or as of September, we're gonna see the Yoga Flame edition. This is what some people call the peasant version, which is basically the most inexpensive way to get an Arcade1up that's got a 17-inch monitor, I guess, besides the Partycade, which hangs on the wall. That's about $200 or so. But anyway, this is what they call a 3/4 scale, $299 Walmart version, typically at Walmart, but it could go anywhere these days. Who knows? There's no riser, but you could buy a generic riser. They've said they're gonna start stocking the generic risers again, hopefully, and then we're gonna get this $499 version. Those are gonna be the options that you can pay. But here's where I'm guessing this is what 2024 could be like. We could see a $299 version of the HS5. This left one is me photoshopped. That's me real quick photoshopping what the HS5 would look like as a peasant version. Then you have your HS5 Deluxe, which is what's been announced. Let's imagine that goes to $399 next year, like 1 year from now is the prediction. 1 year from now, that would be priced at $399 to replace the Yoga Flame current $399, which hopefully by then would no longer be available. And then finally, this is what all that picture is on the right is just the Deluxe, and I stretched it a little bit to make it look more like what an XL would look like. So 19-inch monitor, BOE, same shape, but taller. I don't know how tall they would make it, 66, 70, I don't know, somewhere in there. The Street Fighter wider deck. I guess the artwork would be slightly different. We'd probably see a little bit more gap on the XL version right around here. But it would be the Street Fighter HS5 design. So that's probably what we can expect from Arcade1up, but that's just me speculating just as much as everyone else is speculating that, you know, they're always going to come out with a new version, and then that new version you know, will be priced differently, and then the previous ones will go down in price. I don't know if it's $599. Me saying that the Street Fighter XL could be $599 is based on the Pac-Man XL leak. supposedly coming to Costco in the number of weeks for $5.99. A larger Pac-Man XL. Hopefully that's setting the new price of $5.99 for the XLs. That would be really, really good. And keep in mind, this is so much better than the days where Simpsons cost $700 or X-Men cost $750 for a 3/4 scale matching riser with 2 games or 3 or 4 games. If we can get a Street Fighter XL next year, $5.99, I will buy that. 100%. 100%. Let me know what you guys think. We're going to spend the next 10 minutes completely in the chat, and we'll end the show there. Let's see. There was a super chat. Of course, Console Fanboy, he says, let's go to chat mode here. The Street Fighter XL, now without P. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't have that yellow stain, hopefully. Maybe by the time they get to the XL won't have any of those issues. All right, let's chat, guys. Thor says, I like the Dynamo cab quite a lot. Not enough to get rid of my Big Blue, so I probably won't get one until the price goes from decent to irresistible. So I was thinking about that. If XL is going to come out next year, is it worthy just to buy the deluxe now and then have it for a year and then ultimately sell it? That's a tough one. That's got to be tough. If I compare it to an iPhone and you're really like upgrading every year on the same title, look, if that's what you want to do and you got the money, that's fine. You know, that's your thing. You can do what you want with your money. That's not something I would do. Not that I won't advise. You know, you can do whatever you want. But I typically have I try not to buy the latest, like iPhone, for example. I like Apple stuff. I think it's okay being like a year or two behind. You get basically all the same features, and then all the new stuff can kind of the bugs get all worked out by the time you get that phone. And so the iPhone that I have, it doesn't have that, what am I trying to show you? Try to go to a white, let me go to a flashlight or something like that. So you know what I'm talking about. It's not going to work. Anyway, it has I can't remember what it's called. It's not the latest one. I have an iPhone 12 or something, so you can stay behind it and it'll be fine. But this September or so, I'm due for a new phone, but I'll probably upgrade. But okay, so I have the Yoga Flame edition. Let's say you bought the Yoga Flame for $4.99, and then what are you going to sell it for now? Right now, what are you going to sell it for? Well, you can go get it brand new for $3.99. So you're going to put it on Facebook Market for $3.99 when someone could get it brand new? Maybe you're going to mod it, so you can mod it and throw a whole bunch of games on it so you can sell it for more. Maybe you could do that. But if you're constantly chasing Arcade1up's latest design on a title by title, like Street Fighter, you're just going to rotate the Street Fighter. I mean, I've kind of done that. I had the original Street Fighter. I still have it. I do, don't I? I don't have Big Blue anymore, but I did buy Big Blue. But I got Big Blue at a discount. That was a Kohl's deal. And then Yoga Flame, I mean, that was sent to me for the purpose of the review. So the Yoga Flame I didn't pay for. And even with me getting it for free, it's like selling it and then to buy the HS5 version when it has the same PCB. The only reason to upgrade is for the look of the game room. That's it. It's gonna have the same buttons, gonna have the same sticks. It might be slightly more comfortable, but even it's slightly lower and tilted slightly, so maybe, I don't know. Okay. MKXL 2024, I will disappear from YouTube. No, you won't. I've seen risers at Walmart recently. That's good. That's good. Yeah, we're talking about the artwork here. Ryan, he just farted. They always look so stumpy without the risers. Yeah. I want to know what the next sports cab will be. A new title. I was trying to figure that out watching the recent streams with Cyrus, John D, and Rob. both, I want to say Rob. I had a video with Rob. It's kind of tough. So I made 2 videos at Comic-Con that I never released that were interviews with John D and an interview with Rob. It's my bad why these videos never will probably get released. I was super, let's say, racy. I wasn't racist. I just said racy things on it. And I've been advised by many people not to release the video because people won't get the joke and just think that I'm really mean. But I'm thinking of like documenting everything they said back. But Open Ice was said in some of those videos. Open Ice, I can't release it so hard. He's seen it anyway. I've shared it with a couple people, but with the promise that they won't show it to anyone else. Yeah, I did mention that to 1UP that I was going to release it as members only and be like, it's members only. The members will get it and they'll understand my humor. And the average person out there that stumbled across my video, that we've just eliminated that scenario. So I may do that. Anyway, I swear Open Ice was mentioned in there. Let's see. JJ with a super chat. He says, I won't pay more for an Arcade1up than an Xbox Series X or a PS5. So I don't know. Does that mean, JJ, that the XL at $599 is just out of, it's like a promise you're making to yourself? You're like, not going to spend more than that. Does that disqualify an XL for $599? Maybe. I mean, I guess if they do that price of the XL at that price, I mean, maybe they'll come down in price eventually. Like again, like the iPhone model. So in a couple of years, the XLs that were $599 will be $399, and then you could pick it up. So that would fit. Josh says they axed the protector because they couldn't figure out how to cover the extra front piece and just covered the top looked dumb. I'm not convinced they printed the art better. Yeah, that's a good point. I had thought of that. It was like, I was actually originally when I first saw it, I didn't know it didn't have a deck protector, and I wondered if the discoloration was because it had a deck protector and the other part didn't. And it was like a little illusion because it's going through like a prism type of thing. But yeah, when I learned it didn't have a deck protector at all, Bkong said that. I was like, yeah, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder if that line, like your palm, I was also thinking that your palm may be right on that line if it had a deck protector. Man, it's gonna be really messed up if the artwork does rub off and then they have to ship deck protectors and then the deck protector hurts your hand. What if they make so many versions they remake the old versions as a throwback? It's the Arcade1up 1UP. In 30 years, 1UP is going to re-release the original designs. Yeah, that's funny, man. If you have black lights in your game room, the unmatching yellow will pop so hard. Wow. As I was reading that, I thought you were going to go the other way. I thought you were going to say the black lights will you won't even notice the difference. But no, you're like saying it's going to make it even worse. Wow. Yeah, Carlo, you're probably right. I was even thinking that Costco, like $5.99, is that? Wow. Mike says, Justin, I feel like that Costco Pac-Man XL might be Arcade1up's way of unloading their backstock of 19-inch TN monitors before rolling out the XLs for 24 with crisp monitors. Wow. Oh, man. Wow. We got a comment. Let's see. Why did the video start in the middle? This video is live right now. That's why. It's not a video. This video is happening now. Everything that is happening now is happening right now. That's why. Pixel, I'm talking to you live right now. This is a live video. Why did this new video start in the middle of the video instead of the beginning? I'm reading your message live. That's why. We are in the Matrix. That's why. Literally. Say something, Pixel, and I'll respond to it right now. Yeah. Wow, this guy predicted my question before he uploaded the video. That is fantastic. But never forget the people that look dumb now that they're trying to make it happen. Wait, this is live? This is live. When did you plan on showing emotions tonight? What are you talking about? Nice one, Kevin. Kevin, you disappoint me. I'm so upset with you right now, Kevin, because you disappoint me. My emotion of being upset is being displayed to you right now. What happened to then? We just missed it. When? Just now. When will then be now? Soon. Evil kits. You want evil kits? Wheeze34. Do you know why you go by the name Wheeze34? It's because you can't breathe. You just wheeze. How dare you, sir? What if this is live? Prove and pull your credit card out of your wallet and show it in front of the camera. I don't have my wallet on me. Fine. I'll prove it to you. Right now. Now I'm starting to sound like Mitch Hedberg. Don't know why I sound like Mitch Hedberg. And you know what that time is? Calm down, Cyrus. My music has ended. That means we have to go. Bye. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out in this live show. And if your name is Pixel Overdose Studios, this video is about to end, but that's okay, because you can watch it from the beginning. Just hit that scrub, go all the way back to the beginning. We have a lot of fun on this live screen. If you're new to this channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. You better press it now. Press it now. Now. Press subscribe now. Do it. Seriously. You unsubscribe now and then resubscribe. I'm looking right now, and I better see subscribes go down and then subscribes go up. Seriously. Yeah. Pixel, do it. Hit subscribe now. I'm not subscribed despite YouTube recommending your video. If you do not hit subscribe, I'm going to come to your house, go to your computer, and press that subscribe button. You do it now. Everyone that's in this chat better be subscribed. And if you're not, and if you're just ghost watching this content without showing your support, then I'm going to lose it. You haven't even seen me angry yet. Not at all. You don't even know what ConsoleKits angry is like. I'll just leave the stream. I'll do it. Don't believe me? I'll leave.